Hello students, today we are going to start the timing diagrams of different instructions. As I have explained you data transfer group yesterday, and I have given you the instruction set of each and every instruction, and I have told you to go through all the instructions. Now you are in a position to understand what are those instructions. Now MVI, we can take any MVI instruction, move immediate instruction, from A to L, A, B, C, D, E, H and L. Now it is having the same timing diagram as XRI. XRI means XOR immediately the 8-bit data. XOR, as you know, in digital electronics you have studied XOR. Now in this XOR, in this you can XOR directly the 8-bit data with the data of accumulator. We are having the data of accumulator, we can XOR the 8-bit data with that accumulator. Next is SUI. It means subtract immediately 8-bit data. So we can subtract immediately, instead of XOR we can subtract immediately 8-bit data. Now SBI, subtract immediately 8-bit data with accumulator as well as borrow. So there is a concept of borrow flag also. Borrow is a flag which is basically the content of carry flag. Now next is ORI. Now ORI means ORI. That means we are basically ORing the data of accumulator with 8-bit data. We are having addition, we are having subtraction, we are having OR, जिसको हम ऐसे कहते हैं, we are having OR and we are having XOR. So, and we are also having AND. So these are the logical and arithmetic instruction. XOR, that is XOR immediately. SUI, subtract immediately. SPI, subtract immediately with borrow. ORI means OR immediately. CPI means CPI. It is the different logical instruction. ANI is AND immediately. ADI and ACI both are add instruction. ADI means simple add. ACI means add with carry. CPI is compare immediately. Now CPI, it means we have to compare the data of accumulator with the given 8-bit data. Now comparison can be greater than, less than and equal to. So this comparison is reflected by carry and zero flag. You can study in the arithmetic and logic instruction. So these are the different instructions. You can see here we are having many instructions, and in all the instructions we have to follow certain machine cycles. Now I have given you the introduction of each and every machine cycles in detail. We are having opcode fetch, we are having memory read, memory write, IO read, IO write, we are having acknowledgement. So we are having many machine cycles. So for these instructions, let us take the example of any of the one. Let us take MVI-C. So MVI C, 04. It means we want to copy this 04 to which register? To C register. So let us take this example. Now in this MVI C, 04, first of all we will see that how many bytes of memory is used to store this instruction. This means how many byte instruction is it? Now we will find out. One, we are having the opcode for MVIC, the another we are having 8-bit data. So we are having 2-byte instruction. So 2 bytes of memory is being utilized to store this instruction. So 2 bytes of memory. Now if we are starting writing in memory 2000, so we will write the opcode of this MVIC. It is given here 0E. You don't have to compare all the opcodes. So 0 is the opcode here. Now 0E. So 0E is stored in 2000. In another byte of memory, we will store 04. That is the operand. So 2000 we are storing opcode, and 2001 we are storing 04. Now what microprocessor will do? First of all, it will fetch the opcode from 2000, and the next cycle will be, it will take 04 from the memory to the microprocessor. So the first cycle would be opcode fetch. First cycle is similar for each and every instruction. So opcode fetch is the first cycle, and at 2001 we are taking the data from 2001. That is, we are taking 04 from the memory location 2001. It means this machine cycle is memory read, because microprocessor is reading the data from the memory 2001. So we are having two machine cycles, opcode fetch and memory read. This is similar for each and every instruction written here. If we have ADI data, ADI 8-bit data, it means we have to add 8-bit data with accumulator. Now ADI is having some opcode, and 8-bit data, it is again 8-bit. It is of 8-bit. So 2 bytes of instruction are used, first to fetch the opcode, and next to read this 8-bit data. So 2 cycles would be there, opcode fetch and memory read. So in this way, we can first of all find out how many machine cycles are there and what are those machine cycles. The first step of finding the drawing the timing diagram is to write the function of the instruction. When you write the function of the instruction, you will come to know how many bytes are used in this instruction. You will write those bytes and then take the example like this. You will take some example. So I have taken this example, write this, and after writing the example, you will start drawing your machine cycle. We know that I have already explained you opcode fetch diagram and memory read diagram. You will draw accordingly. There are 4 T states for the opcode fetch and 3 T states for the memory read. Now you will draw these 4 T states for the opcode fetch and 3 T states for the memory read. You will start with the clock. I have already explained you. This is the clock pulse, and then we will start with the higher order bus. Now if we start with the higher order bus, there are 2 lines predicted, zeros and ones of the higher order bus lines. So we are having the example 2000. So in higher order we are having 20, and in lower order we are having 00. Such that we are basically focusing on 2000 memory address, and opcode is being read by this from this memory address whenever ALE is low. Whenever ALE is high, it means we are focusing on address, lower order address. So ALE is high for the first T state and ALE is low for the next of the T states. Now next is the status signal. Again we have to just write down the status that it is related to memory, and we will write 11 for the opcode fetch. Similarly we will write 01 for the memory read. Now read will be here. So it is starting from the mid of the T2. Now depicting that from the mid of the T2, read control signal will be initiated by the microprocessor such that data bus will have now opcode. Now by the commencement of this cycle, now data bus would turn down this opcode. Now after that we are having some unspecified time of T4. Again then memory read will start. Now basically it is T5 cycle. Now we are having total of T7 states. Now T5, at the time of T5, what happens here? This because we are going to write here PCH, so we are having 2001. Now we are turning on the memory read machine cycle. So it is focusing on the next memory location, that is 2001. Now 2001 is being given by writing here PC is equal to PC plus 1. So whenever there is more than 1 byte, you have to write here that PC is incremented. That means program counter is incremented. So program counter, after incrementing, it will produce 20 and it will produce 01 here. Now, whenever it will produce 01 here, that means ALE should be high. So, for each and every initial state, ALE will be high. After that, there will be a data read cycle whenever we are initiating our read signal. So, read means we are getting the 8-bit data. I have written here 4. So, you can just write data 4. So, data 4 is being read in case of this memory read cycle. So this is all about the timing diagram of all of these instructions. Okay.